Good morning students. In today's video we are going to start a new chapter number 10, Cell and Cell Organelles, Standard 8 Science. Introduction. You see a large variety of animals and plants in your surroundings. They all are of various shapes and sizes and also look different to each other. But one thing is common in all. They all are made up of a small unit of life, that is cells. So in this video we are going to learn about the cell and different types of cell. Objectives. At the end of this lesson you will be able to know about the cell and its discovery, define unicellular and multicellular organisms, describe the structure of a cell, explain the structure and functions of plasma membrane, cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole and plastids. And you will be able to differentiate between the plants and animal cell. Now introduction of cell. A cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. That means the cell is the basic unit of life. So for that we need to do an experiment. Take a small piece of an onion and peel off the skin with the help of a pair of forceps. Put this layer immediately in a watch glass. Take a glass slide, put a drop of water on it and transfer a small piece of peel from the watch glass to the slide. Now put a drop of iodine solution on this piece followed by a cover slip with the help of the mounting needle. Put this slide under low power followed by high power of a compound microscope. All these structures are similar to each other. Now let us see discovery of cell. Who discovered cell first? The cells were first discovered by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. He examined that a thin slice of cork under a primitive microscope and saw that the cork resembles the structure of honeycomb. So the cell looks like honeycomb which has compartment, and he has given the name to these boxes as cells. Now types of organisms. There are two types of organisms, unicellular and multicellular. In the unicellular organism, a single cell may constitute a whole organism, for example amoeba, chlamydomonas, paramecium and bacteria. In multicellular organism, many cells group together in a single body and assume different functions into form various body parts. Examples of fungi, plants and animals. Each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic functions. Example, cells of the heart to pump blood, cells of the stomach to digest food. So it means that each and every part of the body has some functions. Each cell contains certain specific components within it and it is known as cell organelles. Each kind of cell organelles perform a special function such as making new material in the cell, clearing up the waste material from the cell, etc. Shape and size of the cell. So there are many shapes of the cell. It is due to changes in the shape of the cell. We have different organisms. Amoeba keeps on changing its shape due to the presence of pseudopodia. Cells are round, spherical or elongated. Some cells are long and pointed at both the ends. Size of the cell. Size of the cells in the living organism may be as small as millionth of a meter or may be as large as few centimeters. The size of the cell in the smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in bacteria. The largest cell is 170 mm into 130 mm and it is the egg of an ostrich. Plasma membrane and its functions. What is cell made up of? While studying the cell under a microscope, we will find three common features in almost every cell. First one is plasma membrane, second nucleus, and third one is cytoplasm. And these three are responsible for all the activities which takes place inside the cell with the environment. Now what is plasma membrane? It is a covering, outermost covering that separates the content of the cell from external environment, and it is responsible for the entry and exit of some materials. So it allows some materials to enter and it allows some material exit of some materials. And this membrane is also called a selective permeable membrane. Now, functions of plasma membrane. Unicellular freshwater organism and most plant cells tend to gain weight through osmosis. Absorption of water by plants' roots is also an example of osmosis. Thus, diffusion is important in exchange of gases and water in the life of the cell. Osmosis is nothing but the exchange of gases from lower level of water to higher level of water. Cell wall and its function. So from the name itself, we can understand the meaning of cell wall. Plant cell have another rigid outer covering, rigid means hard, and that is known as cell wall, that lies outside the plasma membrane, means it is the outermost covering which is outside the plasma membrane. The plant cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. Cellulose is a sugar which is made up of complex substance and provides structural strength to the plants. So cell wall provides strength to the plants. You can see in the picture also functions of cell wall. Cell wall provides the rigidity and strength to the cell and also permits the cells of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand very dilute external media without bursting by building up pressure against it. So it gives strength and rigidity to the plants and also to the fungi and bacteria to withstand in certain conditions. Cytoplasm and its function. So let us see what is cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a fluid content. So it is liquid content. Fluid means which can flow inside the plasma membrane. You can see in the picture. It also contains many specialized cell organelles. Each of these organelles performs a specific function for the cell. So cytoplasm is a liquid which is there inside the cell and it contains many cell organelles. So what is the function of cytoplasm? In cytoplasm, all cell organelles are embedded. Embedded means which remains inside it. Nucleus and its function. The nucleus has a double layer covering called nuclear membrane. So it has two layers and it is known as nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane has pores which allow the transfer of material from inside the nucleus to the outside, that is to the cytoplasm. So it has pores on its body. It allows the transfer of material from inside and outside the cell. The nucleus contains chromosomes and chromosomes are of rod shape. Chromosomes contains all the information of inheritance, that is from parents to the offspring, means children. And this information is stored in the form of the DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Chromosomes are composed of DNA and proteins. So, functional segments of DNA are called as genes. In the genes, chromosomes are there and these chromosomes are made up of DNA. Whenever the cell is about to divide, the chromatin materials get organized into chromosomes, which transfers the information. Now, nucleus and its function. In some organisms like bacteria, the nuclear region of the cell may be poorly defined due to the absence of nuclear membrane. These organisms are known as prokaryotes. Organisms with a cell having a nuclear membrane are called as eukaryotes. So, those who are having proper nuclear membrane, they are known as eukaryotes, and in the body which the nuclear membrane is poorly developed, it is known as prokaryotes. Function of the nucleus. The nucleus plays a central role in cellular reproduction, the process by which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. It also regulates the cellular activity. So, the nucleus controls the activity of the cells and it is responsible for the cellular reproduction. Now, what is vacuoles? Vacuoles are storage sac for solids or liquid contents. In animal cell, the size of vacuole is small, while in plant cell it is very large. The central vacuole of some plant cells may occupy 50 to 90% of the cell volume. You can see in the picture, first one is animal cell, second one is plant cell. And you can easily differentiate between the size of the vacuole in the plant and the animal cell. In plant cell, vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity and rigidity to the cell. Many important substances for life are stored in the vacuoles. This includes amino acids, sugars, various organic acids and some proteins. These amino acids and sugar are important for the production of chromosomes. So, in single-celled organisms like amoeba, the food vacuole contains the food items that the amoeba has consumed. In some unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles also play important role in expelling. Expelling means throwing out excess water and some waste from the cell. So, vacuole also helps, or we can say the function of the vacuole is to expel excess water and some waste from the cells. Now let us see what are plastids. Plastids are present only in plant cells and they are not present in animal cells. Plastids are similar to mitochondria in external structure. So, they somewhat look like mitochondria, but the color is completely different. There are two types of plastids. The first one is chromoplast and the second one is leucoplast. Chromoplast means colored plastids and the leucoplast means white or colorless plastids. Chromoplasts are colored plastids which provides different colors to flowers and fruits. So, plastids are responsible for the different colors of flowers and fruits. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids. They store some materials like starch, oil and protein granules. Chlorophyll containing plastids are known as chloroplasts. These are important for the photosynthesis and plants. So, chlorophyll is a green colored plastids which are responsible for the preparation of food in the plants. Now let us see the difference between the animal and plant cells. So students, here you can see a table. In this table there are different parts of the cell and the cell organelles which are present in the plant cell and animal cell also given. Now let us summarize what we have learnt. In 1665, Robert Hooke discovered cell first. So he was the first who has discovered the cell. On the basis of presence of single or many cells, the organisms are of two types: unicellular and multicellular organisms. Each cell contains certain specific components within it known as cell organelles, and they have a special function. Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment. So it's the outermost covering of the cell and it doesn't allow any other material, foreign material, to enter in the cell. Plasma membrane also works as a selective permeable membrane by allowing or permitting the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell while preventing some other materials. Vacuoles are storage sac for solids or liquid contents. In animal cell, the size of the vacuoles is small, while in plant cell, they have a very large vacuoles. Plastids are present only in plant cell, not in animal cell, because plastids give color to the flowers and leaf. Plant cells have another rigid outer covering called the cell wall that lies outside the plasma membrane. So it is the outermost covering which protects the plant cell and it is hard, rigid. Nucleus is a spherical or oval dot-like structure present near to the center of each cell. It also plays a central role in cellular reproduction and it also regulates the cellular activity. So we can say that nucleus is the monitor of the cell which controls the cellular activity, and it is spherical or oval in size. The cytoplasm is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. It also contains many specialized cell organelles.